Soto, Miller, Winters, Mark Welch, Jason Kirby, and the 90 car of Kirby cuts a front left tire, and that will bring out the yellow, lap number 6. Boy, that is a tough break for the 90 car, the Wendt construction car of Jason Kirby. And he can turn in there, but chooses not to. And so Kirby will duck down to the infield grass. He cuts a tire, I think, between turn 1 and turn 2. So a tough break for the Wendt construction car as they head to the pits. They'll get that tire changed out quickly and get him back out. But as you know, he'll be back out at the back of the field. And so we've got 6 laps in the books prior to the caution for the 90 car of Kirby. Your leader was Steve Stacy, 91. Then it's the 97 of Danny Conasoto. Then the 7 car of Miller, followed by the 97S of Scott Winters. Falling in behind there, Dan Dabbs, Jason Philpott, Jason Beltrama, Jack Stone, Jeff Thomas, Shane Welch. That's your top 10. Going green. And as you can see, the 90 car of Kirby is back in the back of the pack now. They've got that tire changed out. Here comes your leader. And as he crosses, we'll complete lap number 7. Steve Stacy chased by Conasoto, Miller, Winters, Dan Dabbs, Jason Philpott, Jason Beltrama. As our leader comes by, this will complete lap number 10. It's Stacy, Conasoto, Miller, then Winters, Dabbs, Philpott, Beltrama, Stone, Thomas, Shane Welch, and Aaron Young. The rest of the field, 88 is Tom Burkett, 22 Darren Halterman, 50 is Glenn Cook. And now to complete lap number 15, here comes your leader. It's Steve Stacy, 91, Conasoto, 97, Robert Miller, 7. Then it's Scott Winters, 97S. Then it's Dan Dabbs, Jason Philpott, Jason Beltrama. We're 15 laps, 15 to go now. And now there's lap 16 complete. leader now in some traffic, trying to get around. Dives down low. We've got a spin by the 98 car of Conasoto. And a problem, a spin. A spin for our leader on lap number 19. That will move the 97 car of Conasoto into the first spot. No, your leader is the 7 car of Robert Miller. And now we've gone to yellow on lap number 20. A yellow flag. You know, a really tough break for our leader, the 91 car of Steve Stacy. A spin right here in front of the grandstands is unfortunately going to send him right to the back of the pack with just 10 laps remaining. And so your field looks like this. There's your leader, the 7X car of Robert Miller. Then it's 97 Danny Conasoto, followed by 38 Robert Miller. Order. There's your leader, the 7X car of Robert Miller, followed by 97 Conasoto Danny, 38 Randy Miller, 97 Scott Winters, and here we go. We're back to green now with 10 laps left. Miller jumps on it as they head into turn 1. And so a 4-car incident right out of turn 4, right off the bat, as we come back from yellow. Folks, please, we caution you not to get too close to the fence. Thanks. Involved in the incident, the 98 car of Dino Conasoto, the 31 car of Alan Pace, the 29 of Dwayne Appadale, and the 28 of Vernon Jansen. And here we go. And so Miller completes lap number 23, leads the field down the backstretch now, making a move. Conasoto, he's cut off. Miller takes him into turn 3 now. Problems for the 1A car of Welch. And now here comes your leader to complete lap number 25. 25 in the books. And they are single file, bumper to bumper down the backstretch. And so now the battle heats up. Miller leads him down the backstretch. Conasoto second, Winters in the 3rd spot. Then it's Dan Dabbs 4th. Here comes Miller to complete lap number 27. Well, 3 to go. Alterman is black flag for smoke. Now 28 in the books. 2 to go. 2 to go. Next time around, white flag. And a checkered yellow flag on lap number 29. And your unofficial winner in the 7X car is Robert Miller. A checkered yellow flag for the spin involving the 1P car of Jason Philpott. We'll make our unofficial winner the 7X car of Robert Miller. The second spot going to the 97 orange car of Danny Conasoto. The third spot going to the blue 97S car of Scott Winters. And the fourth spot going to the 1X car of Dastardly Dan Dabbs. Congratulations to our winner, number 7X, Robert Miller. Zamora Automotive double points night for the late models. Let's meet our drivers. From left to right, the number 29 white car is a 94 Pontiac Grand Prix. Last raced here in 93. Sponsors Sonora Transmission, CBX Clutch Brake Exchange, with thanks to Mom and Dad. A nice hand for number 29, Steve Hernandez. Next up, drove 3 years street stock here at 99, Altamont and Anderson. His sponsors, Henry's Cocktails. A nice hand driving out of Stockton for number 51, Brian Griffiths. Next up, driving out of Auburn, his sponsors, Cook's Auto Body and Standox Paint. It's the number 18 car of Bob Wood. Next up, driving out of Modesto, sponsors, Prochaska Goodyear, Heads by Steve, Ligorio Communications, Moana Luna Saloon, Nino's Place, Modesto Battery, with thanks to Chuck Green and Mike Emmert. A nice hand for Jimbo Fair. Also, a sponsor of the number 22 car, Mr. Wonderful's Hot, Sweet, and Sticky Barbecue and Drippin' Sauce. Had to say that, sorry. Next up, in the number 4 highlighter green car, it's the 97 Pontiac Grand Prix, with special thanks to Ron Gross Racing and B&D Concrete, Ligorio Communications, Anderson Concrete Pumping, Reynoso Concrete, Teltac, Rebco Towing, and Delta Body and Paint. It's the number 4 car of Buzz DeVore. Next up, driving out of Herald in the 98 Monte Carlo. Sponsors, Williams Tank Lines, Fenley Body and Paint, CBX, Eldorado Liquors, Woolsey Oil, Nesco Equipment and Supply, Ligorio Communications. A nice hand for the number 34 car of Mark Youngblood. Next up, in the 94 Chevy Lumina, driving out of Stockton, sponsored by B&G Motorsports, it's the 44J car of John Graham. Next up, driving out of Woodbridge in the Monte Carlo, his sponsors, Mueller Electric, Merlin Graphics, Screen Printing, Schwartz Ford, and GNN Accountancy Corporation, Giant Disc Tires Centers, Inc., Turner Road, 76 Shortstop, Team Muff, with special thanks to wife Holly and pit crew Dennis, Mike, Tom, Pete, and Harlan. It's the number 15 car of Mike Mueller. Feel free to applaud, folks. Next up, in the number 32 car, driving out of Sacramento in the Monte Carlo, his sponsors, Engines by Peters of Lakeport. It's the number 32 car of Gary Matrenga. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, driving out of Manteca, he was 4th in points in 1998. His sponsors, Frank's One Stop Food Marts, Farmers Blacksmith and Welding, Reynoso Concrete, Uncle Frank's Grill, Manteca Recycling, Performance Machine, Finish Line Racing Equipment, and Mountain Valley Express. It's the number 90 car of Ron Stromiska Jr. Next up, 2nd in points in 98. Last year's most improved driver. His sponsors, Van Ruler Water Truck Rentals, A1 Glass Company, Signature Sign and Graphics, Ruse Ranches of Ripon, AC Welding and Auto Repair, Central Wholesale, B&R Automotive, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rippin' Rocket, number 28, John Goswick. Next up, driving out of Oakdale, second in points. Last year, driving a 97 Monte Carlo. His sponsors, Fisher Nursery of Ripon, B&Z Auto Parts of Ripon, B&D Sales, Trojan of Modesto, Pepsi of Modesto, Stockton Wheel, and Jackass Construction of Woodland. It's the 34F car of Mike Terpstra. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, in the 74 car, driving out of Modesto, his sponsors, Bob's Body Shop, Esco Tractor Parts and Sales, All-American Powder Coating of West Sac, Monogram Magic of Manteca, Boleto Almonds, California Hotwood, Motor by Earl, Corky Tractor. He was the 95 champ, the 97 champ. It's hard charging Harry Boleto! Next up, out of Wilton, his sponsors, Ed McGinnis, CPA, Finish Line Racing Equipment, and PC Exploration. It's the 27 car of Ed McGinnis! Next up, ladies and gentlemen, out of Modesto, driving the 99 Monte Carlo, his sponsors, Car Motorsports, Esco Cat Repair, California Hotwood, Cruise and Lucas Paint, Valley Brew of Stockton, Paint by Greg Paul, All-American Powder Coating, Steve Boleto Racing, Modesto Roofing, Motor by Earl. Here is the Car Motorsports Esco 99 Monte Carlo of Jeff Boleto! Jeff Boleto! Next to him in the number 30 car, driving out of Modesto, he won all 3 Tri-Holiday Classics in 1997. He drives a limited Southwest schedule. His sponsors, California Hotwood and Mesquite Charcoal, Ashby Construction, Esco, Modesto Roofing, Cruz and Lucas Body and Paint, and Food Max. It's the number 30 car of Steve Boleto! And finally, on the pole, driving out of Walnut Creek, he was the 98 Rookie of the Year and 5th in points. His sponsors, NFL alumni, Inside Lines of Series, Ligorio Communications, and Sport Pharma. Won't you please put your hands together for our pole sitter, the number 36 car of John Wood! Drivers, start your engines! And so our drivers now headed for that acceleration line. Once again, we're set to go green. I got a feeling this is going to be it. Here we go. And there's your green on 50 laps. And so Wood now takes him down the backstretch. He's followed by Boleto in the 30 car, then Boleto, and then McGinnis and Boleto. So lots of Boletos towards the front. We're kind of used to that here at this point. So now, as they come by the grandstand, there's Wood, Boleto. And problems in turn 1 for the Terpstra 34 car and the McGinnis 27. Also involved is the 32 car of Matranga, and that will bring out the yellow on lap number 3. And some damage, severe damage done to the 90 car of Stremiska Jr. And so Terpstra will be sent to the back. He'll be right behind 90, Stremiska Jr. And here we go to green. And Wood leads him by the grandstand, followed by Boleto, and Goswick. Behind Goswick is 44 of Graham. Now they come out of turn 4. Here comes your leader, Wood. Boleto. It's Steve, Harry, and then Jeff. Then it's Goswick, Graham, Mueller, the 34 car of Youngblood, and now here comes the 4 of Buzz DeVore. And there goes your leaders down the backstretch. Wood now making chase. Giving chase is hard charging Harry. And Boleto now takes the inside. He'll take the lead away from Wood as he takes him down the backstretch. Now it's Boleto. Harry Boleto with the lead. And Boleto will be combined across complete lap number 7. Down the backstretch, it's Harry Boleto, then it's Steve Boleto, then Jeff Boleto and Don Ward, followed by Goswick, Graham, Mueller, DeVore, and Youngblood, then Jimbo Fair. And Wood gets involved with the 72 car of Jeff Boleto and backs off. Goswick now moves into the 3rd spot. Check that 4th spot. Right behind him is Wood, then Graham, then Mueller, then Buzz DeVore. And hard charge and begins to open up a lead. Here comes Boleto now by the grandstands. He's got the lead on lap number 10, 40 to go. That is chased by number 30, Steve Boleto, and then 72 is Jeff Boleto. Then it's the 28 car of Goswick, followed by the 36 of Wood, then Graham, then Mueller, then DeVore, then Youngblood, Jimbo Fair, Stramiska Jr., McGinnis, Terpstra, Griffiths, and Matranga. Then it's the 29 of Steve Hernandez and the 18 of Bob Wood. And now Harry Boleto begins to catch up with the end of the pack. Here comes Boleto to complete lap number 13. And so now Boleto will begin to lap cars. He goes by the 18 and heads for the 29. He'll duck to the inside. He'll get by the 29 car of Steve Hernandez. And Hernandez will go a lap down. So there is Harry Boleto. Those are 2 down cars. The second spot is the 30 car right there of Steve Boleto. Boleto now encounters some traffic. And he'll work to get by the 18 car and does. Right behind him is Goswick in the 28. Then it's the 72 car of Jeff Boleto starting to make a move now. Goswick gives chase on Boleto. And they'll head out of turn 4 now to complete lap number 17, check that. And Harry Boleto with about a half the track lead at this point. And so now the 72 of Jeff Boleto begins to make a move to the inside, trying to catch Goswick. He'll duck down low, but not on lap 18. Goswick will go high in the groove. Boleto drops down low. 30 Boleto, that's Steve. It's Harry, Steve, Goswick, and then Jeff Boleto in the 72. And now it looks as though a little blocking going on. And Boleto and Goswick battle. It's Boleto, Goswick, Boleto. Actually, Boleto, Goswick, Boleto. And now the 72 of Jeff Boleto diving down low. Can't seem to get by the 28 of Goswick. And bumps Goswick. A bump in turn number 2 will send Goswick onto the infield. A bump from the 72 of Jeff Boleto will bring out the yellow flag on lap number 22. Problems to the 34 car of Youngblood. Youngblood heads to the infield. Also problems down the backstretch with the 27 car McGinnis. And here we go. And so some problems for the number 30 car of Steve Boletto, involved in a little scuffle there in turn 2. And that will send Steve right to the pits. And our pace car rejoins the field as the yellow comes out on lap number 23. Still not even at the halfway mark. Seven to go, 50 lap. And there's the green. And so, although they may have thought they had that problem under control, Jimbo Fair sounded to me like they broke the axle, the rear axle on that 22 car on lap number 24, which brings out the caution. Just got a call. NASA would like to speak to Harry Boletto. Here they go. And so now here comes Boletto by the grandstands. The second spot is son Jeff Boletto. Third is the 44 car of Mike Graham. Then it's Buzz DeVore, Ron Stremiska Jr., John Wood, Goswick, Terpstra, Mueller, Steve Boletto, Brian Griffiths, and the rest of the field. Problem is for the 32 Matranga car. Matranga heads to the pits now as Hard Charge and Harry will come by to complete lap number 28. And there it is. So it's Hard Charge and Harry, then Jeff. Then it's Buzz DeVore now in the third spot in the 4 car. Then the 44 of Graham and Stremiska Jr. in the 6th spot. Here comes Harry to complete lap number 29. So I'd have to say pretty much no chance of a Boletto finish. But we will have Harry at the front and Jeff. Steve about in the 9th spot now. DeVore 3rd. Stremiska Jr. 4th. And then Mike Graham 5th. John Wood, Goswick, Terpstra, Mueller, and then Steve Boletto. There's the 36 car of Wood, followed by Goswick 28. Wood will stay in the middle groove. Goswick drops down low, trying to get by. Can't do it, not on this lap. There's the 4 of DeVore. DeVore is about 20 car lengths behind the 72 of Jeff Boletto. Boletto now. Jeff headed down the backstretch for turn 3. And DeVore will go by him. Some problems for the 72 car of Jeff Boletto. Can't quite tell, but he will head for the pits. So problems for 72 Boletto, Jeff, and we've got a spin out, a cut tire in turn 3. The 44 car of Mike Graham brings out the yellow on lap number 35. Boletto leads him down the backstretch now. We're set to go green. And we'll have 15 laps to go. Nice piece of driving by Mike Mueller there to narrowly avert an accident. And that should just about do it for Steve Boletto as Dad goes by to complete lap number 37. He's now chased by DeVore and Stremiska Jr. DeVore now moving into the second spot. And so now the real battle between DeVore and Stremiska Jr. for second, with Stremiska Jr. now dropping down low. He's driving with reckless abandon because he's got nothing but a shell of the car he started with left. And so we'll have 9 laps to go. 9 to go now. Ain't nobody going to catch Harry. The battle now is for second between Stremiska Jr. and DeVore. They exchange places again. Now here comes Stremiska Jr. with DeVore right on his tail for second. Stremiska Jr. has 7 laps to make up the ground between he and Harry. The third spot is DeVore. The fourth spot is Goswick and Terpstra. So with 5 laps left to go, it looks like Harry's going to run away with this. And now coming through to complete lap number 47, so we'll have 3 laps left to go. 3 to go for Harry Boletto. Boletto headed down the backstretch now. Right behind him, 90 is Stremiska Jr. Then it's DeVore in the 4. And so Boletto just cruising to victory now. Next time through, he'll take the white flag. He'll have 1 lap left. But the battle is between he and Stremiska Jr. And now Harry's caught up in traffic. Stremiska Jr. dives to the inside. Down the backstretch comes Stremiska Jr. into turn 3. Here comes Boletto on the outside. He dives down low. Here comes your winner, Stremiska Jr. From out of nowhere. From out of nowhere, Stremiska Jr. Man, oh man, what a finish. Man, from out of nowhere, Harry Boletto led that race for 49 laps. And here is your winner, ladies and gentlemen, number 90, Ron Stremiska Jr. Stremiska Jr. Well, it's double points night, but we're just going to give him half because he only finished with half the car he started with. But managed to come from behind and win. Would the people from Stockton Mazda please report to the south gate? The people from Stockton Mazda, part of the Zamora Automotive Group, please report to the south gate and see the security officer. Thank you. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, number 90. His sponsors: Frank's One Stop Food Marts, Farmers Blacksmith and Welding, Reynoso Concrete, Uncle Frank's Grill, Manteca Recycling, Performance Machine, Finish Line Racing Equipment, and Mountain Valley Express. How about a nice hand once again for number 90, Ron Stromiska Jr. Next to Tom in the 67 car, 67J, driving out of Stockton. His sponsors: Auto Industrial Paint, Randy Thomas Attorney, Mom and Dad, and Randy's Race Palace. It's number 67, Johnny Bird. Next up, driving out of Stockton, their sponsors: Big O Tires, Jay's House of Wheels, Performance Backhoe, A1 Transmission, Stockdale Painting, KFC, Circle Track Ranch, Bruce's Custom Pinstriping and Lettering, Off-Road Enterprises, Finish Line Awards, McAnally Motorsports, with thanks to Toad. A nice hand for number 54, Donna Treadway. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, he was third in points in 1998. His sponsors: Harley Davidson of Stockton, Kickboxing Plus, Smog Time, Finish Line Awards, Doc Bailey Equipment, Solverson Crane Rental, Tracy Kohler's Center, Tracy Auto, Smog Time, Muffler Man, Eddie's Pizza, The Cigarette Store, Filter Engineering, and Stockton Auto. A nice hand for number 19, Jeff Lovelace. Next up, driving out of Stockton, his sponsors include Anderson Racing, Mike's Tire, and Randy's Race Palace. A nice hand for number 5, Pete Anderson Jr. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, driving out of Stockton in the 6X car, his sponsors: Mike's Tire of Stockton, Miracle Paint of Stockton, Susie's Mexican Food, with thanks to Mom. A nice hand for number 6X, Kenai Scantlin. Next up, driving out of Valley Springs in the 79 Camaro, his sponsors: Bolin Billers and Top Quality Insulation. Number 11J is Tracy Bolin. Next up, out of Galt, driving the 79 Camaro, sponsored by JM Seal Coat and Paving, Dale Torres of UTV, Lamppost Pizza, Horizon Baptist Church, Fancy Critters, Gasoline Alley, Performance Polishing, and Galt Commercial Tire. A nice hand for number 6, Mad Dog Medina. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, in the number 50 car out of Stockton, he was a 97 champ, second in points in 98. His sponsors: Teamsters Local 439, The Graduate, Tap Plastics, Country Club Shell, GT Auto Repair, Waterloo Radiator, Fowler's Body Shop, Walt Gibbons Appliance Repair, ABC Landscape, Sears Die Hard, Alan Yorty Motorsports, Dentoni's, Pickup Outfitters, and Bent's Racing. A nice hand for number 50, Doug Fast Lane. Next up in the 61, you're looking at the 98 Rookie of the Year with fourth in points. His sponsors: Harold W. Thompson Inc. and AdArt Signs. A nice hand for number 61, Guy Gabor. Next up, driving out of Lodi in the 47 car, his sponsors: Big O Tires, Flynn's Bar, Bill Parks Auto Repair, The Sign Shop, McQueen Motorsports, and Muffler Tech. It's the number 47 car of Aaron Schenkel. Driving out of Stockton, his sponsors: Brackett's Garage of Lodi, Transmissions by Hal of Lodi, Rebco Tow of Stockton, Jim's Custom Machine Service of Lodi, and Sears Automotive Center. A nice hand for number 4, Orville Dahl. Next up, driving out of Lodi, sponsors: Fremont Center Liquors, Don's Radiators, Marati's Brake-In Alignment, Bramlett Motorsports, Bent's Racing, and BMT Towing. It's the number 43 car of Brian Clark. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, his sponsors, Harold W. Thompson, Inc. and Ad Art Signs. A nice hand for Guy Glover. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, driving out of Ripon, his sponsors, California Smog Check, Economy Muffler, Ed's Auto Wholesale, Manteca Towing Service, and Brave Bull of Modesto. How about a hand for number 92, Kerry Hahn? Next up, out of Stockton in the 17 car, sponsored by Manteca Transmissions, Economy Muffler, Burns Towing, and Lindsay Fence. It's the number 17 car of Ron McCall. Next up, driving out of Collegeville, his sponsors, DK Soyseth's Construction of Denair, Zack Attack Racing, the Red Wagon of Hilmar. It's the number 52 J car of Mike Soyseth. One moment, please. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, in the 26J car, a nice hand for Gary Ayers of Stockton. Next up, driving out of Stockton, his sponsors, Downing Paint Company, C.W. Davis Auto Body, and Rebco Towing. It's number 74, C.W. Davis. And finally, rounding out the field, ladies and gentlemen, driving out of Modesto, his sponsors, Flying J Country Market Restaurant and Buffet of Ripon, Salida Auto Dismantlers, Budget Towing, and Burns Towing of Manteca, Racecraft of Series, and Dad. A nice hand for the 98 Delta Speedway points champ in the Bowman division, number 27, Mike Robinson. How about a nice hand for all of our drivers? And we will be set to go, we'll go 30 laps with the Pure Stock division this evening. All right, so our pace car now has left the field. Our driver's headed for the acceleration line. Our pole setter, Mike Robinson, in the 27 car, must cross that line first. And here we go, 30 laps, green flag, racing action for the Pure Stock division. So here comes our leader, Robinson. He'll cross to complete lap number 2. Good battle between Soyseth in the 52 and C.W. Davis 74 as they head down the backstretch now. Hahn in the 4th spot. Then it's Gary Ayers, Brian Clark, Danny Gabor, and Aaron Schenkel. Then Orville Dahl and the 11 car of Tracy Bolin heads towards the pits. Robinson completes lap number 3. And they go single file down the backstretch now. Problems for the 43 car, Brian Clark. He's off the mark. And Mad Dog Medina will go by him, along with Anderson Jr., Kenai Scantlin, and Jeff Lovelace. Our leader, Mike Robinson, completes lap number 4. He's chased by C.W. Davis down the backstretch, Mike Soyseth, Kerry Hahn, Gary Ayers, and 61 is Guy Gabor. That's 5 on our way to 30. And the Ayers car begins to drift down the backstretch. It looks like it's lost power. And so now there's the battle for first between Robinson and C.W. Davis. And now Davis edges him out by a nose down the backstretch. They battle now into turn 3. And Robinson is high and Davis is low. Here they come by the grandstands. There's your leader, C.W. Davis. Davis takes the lead on lap number 6 and continues into lap number 7. Robinson now into turn 2 right behind C.W. Davis, followed by him, Soyseth, Hahn, Gabor, Schenkel, Dahl, Doug Lane, and Danny Gabor. And there's our leader, C.W. Davis, completing lap number 8. And some problems between Doug Lane and Orville Dahl. Dahl will get shoved by Lane, and then he encounters Danny Gabor. And Danny Gabor right on his bumper pushes Dahl. Now Gary Ayers into the pit. Some problems for that car. Looks like a cut front tire. And so now your leader, C.W. Davis, will encounter some traffic as he comes by the grandstand now. Bowen first in the way. He'll go to the outside and go by Bowen. He'll put Bowen between he and Robinson, and that'll work to his advantage. In the second spot is Robinson, 27. He goes by Bowen now. Then it's Soyseth and Guy Gabor. And now Soyseth gets by Bowen, and so does Guy Gabor in the 61 car. So your leader, here he comes, C.W. Davis, and it's Mike Robinson, then Guy Gabor, Mike Soyseth, Aaron Schenkel, and then the battle is between Hahn and Danny Gabor. Then it's Dahl, Doug Lane, Brian Clark, Jeff Lovelace, Mad Dog Medina, Anderson, Scantlin, and McCall. Here comes your leader now. That's 13 laps in the book, 17 to go, 30-lap main event for the Pure Stocks. It's Davis now. He leads him down the backstretch, followed by Robinson, Guy Gabor, Schenkel, Soyseth, and, Johnny Bird, Soyseth, and Aaron Schenkel. And now lap 14 is history. Comes your leader, completing lap number 16 now, 14 to go. C.W. Davis, your leader, then Robinson, then Gabor. Then Soyseth, Schenkel, Hahn, and Gabor. Problems for McCall. He'll head to the pits on lap 16, a cut front tire. And so now Guy Gabor has his sights set on Mike Robinson in the 27 car. He'll battle Robinson down the backstretch, and he'll drop down low. No, he'll go to the outside. Now he drops down low, trying to get by Robinson in the 27 car. Cannot do it on lap number 18. Now our leader, C.W. Davis, completes lap number 19, 11 to go, 30-lap main event for the Pure Stocks. Davis gets by Treadway, heads down the backstretch, being chased by Gabor, Robinson, Schenkel, and Soyseth. Much further behind, Danny Gabor, Kerry Hahn, Orville Dahl, and Doug Lane, followed by Clark, Lovelace, Bird, Medina, Anderson Jr., and Kenai Scantlin. And lap number 21 is in the books. Here comes C.W. Davis. He's being chased by Guy Gabor in the 61 car. Guy Gabor seems like he's got the quick car tonight and may be hooked up. Down the backstretch they come. Gabor drops down low now, trying to get by Davis in turn 4. Here he comes down low. It's Gabor and Davis, and it's Davis as they cross and complete lap number 22. And now Gabor, door to door with C.W. Davis, now takes the lead. Gabor takes the lead on lap number 22. But there's traffic ahead for now for Gabor. He's got Ayers in front of him. He's got Bolin in front of him. And he gives Ayers a bump and dives down low. He bumps Ayers and dives down low now, does Gabor, as he comes by to complete lap number 24 as your leader. Right behind him, the 74 car of C.W. Davis. Davis giving chase. They're bumper to bumper down the backstretch now. And Davis scratches the wall in down the backstretch. Gabor drops down low, gets by Ayers. Now he'll come by to complete lap number 25 as your leader. And we'll have 5 laps left to go now. Davis, no room to pass. Gets sideways in 1. Holds on, driving the wheels off the car. Down the backstretch, he's got to get by Ayers now. Bolin. He's got to get by Bolin in the 21 car. Now Schenkel making a move. He dives down low. He sends Robinson up high. So now your leader, Guy Gabor, 61. The 21 car of Bolin spins, and that's going to cause problems for Gary Ayers. Soyseth headed for the infield. Ayers backs the car up, tries to get back out there, but the yellow flag comes out on lap number 27, and so we'll have a shootout. We are going to have a shootout of a finish. And so a spin in turn number 221. Tom Bolin of San Jose will bring out the caution on lap number 27. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the 74 car of C.W. Davis in the infield. And that will probably take away any hopes he might have had. So the battle will now become between the 61 car of Guy Gabor and the 27 of Mike Robinson. The third spot is Schenkel. Then it's Danny Gabor. Then Orville Dahl 4. Donna Treadway 54. There's Doug Lane 50. 92, Kerry Hahn. 19, Jeff Lovelace. 43, Brian Clark. 6, John Medina. 5, Pete Anderson Jr. There's Kenai Scantlin. 6X. 67 is the Birdman. Hey, Eddie. 67, Johnny Bird. 11J is Tracy Bolin of Valley Springs. And 26 is Gary Ayers, rounding out the field. 27 in the books. 3 to go. 30-lap main event for the Pure Stock Division. And here we go, green for 3 laps for the Pure Stocks. And Gabor takes the lead into turn 1. Schenkel right there with him in the second spot. Schenkel will dive in. Now Danny Gabor making a move. And Guy Gabor will lead him now out of turn 4 and by the grandstands. And he'll complete lap number 28, 2 to go. Guy Gabor leads him down the backstretch. It's Schenkel in the second spot. It's Danny Gabor third, Doug Lane fourth, and Orville Dahl. It's Lane and Dahl as they battle into turn number 3. By the grandstands. There's the white flag. 1 lap left to go. Now down the backstretch they come. There is Guy Gabor in the 61 car. He will be your unofficial winner, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Here he comes, your unofficial winner, Guy Gabor. And so, ladies and gentlemen, won't you please put your hands together for our unofficial winner of the Pure Stock Division main event this evening, number 61 out of Manteca, Guy Gabor. Second, going to the 47 car of Aaron Schenkel. Third, going to Guy's brother, Danny Gabor. And the 4th spot going to the number 50 car of Doug Fastlane. Once again, thank you to our national anthem singer, Mike Murphy, representing Christian Life Center of Stockton this evening. Thanks to our trophy girl, Leah Cardenas. Our pace car provided by the Right Place Acura of Stockton, one of the fine dealerships of the Zamora Automotive Group. We thank them for their sponsorship this evening, Zamora Automotive Double Points Night. Our Pure Stock sponsorship, as always, provided by Charterway Recyclers of Stockton. Our track sweeper provided by Garton Ford of Turlock. Garton Tractor of Turlock. Officials Communications System, Ligorio Communications of Manteca. Our trackside towing provided by Toolberg Towing, Wilson Way Tow, and Pacific Tow, all of Stockton, plus Manteca Tow. Support for our track fire crew is provided by Armor Fire Extinguisher Company. Special recognition going out to A1 Ambulance of Stockton for their long-standing support. And special recognition going out to R.J. Reynolds Tobacco in the Winston Racing Series. Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers. Wix Oil Filters, I.B. Benedict Auto Parts, Craftsman Tools, Subway Sandwiches, Pick and Pull, and Shell Oil presented by Paul Oil Company. And we are checking our top 4 cars to make sure that, we're going to check every car to make sure that we don't have they don't have a locked rear end, which means that one wheel must spin. If 2 wheels spin, it's locked, and of course that will disqualify our drivers. So we'll test them out here one by one. Don't forget, next week, folks, the Legends return, the 5/8 scale 1938 to 1940 Chevy and Ford sedans and coupes. Also, the first ever appearance of the Parts Pro Truck Series in conjunction with regular NASCAR sanctioned Grand Am, Street Stocks, and Pure Stocks. Remember, folks, as you're leaving the parking lot this evening, please be careful. Be neighborly. Remember, file out single file and be careful. We'll see you next week here at the Stockton 99 Speedway. On behalf of the staff and management, everybody here at 99, I am your track announcer, Lou Gazicki, saying we'll see you next week right here at the Stockton 99 Speedway. Good night, everybody.